today from Hard Rock Stadium.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Play action. It's Smith. High throw, but the catch is made. A good job there getting to him quickly after the catch as he's brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's Walker. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Flushed out right. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive, and they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Goes right back to Smith again. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. And going right back to Walker. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Eluding the pressure right. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Walker once more, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Smith. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Miami set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Just beating the play clock. Smith flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Tua, a final shot before half. High throw, but he makes the catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He wound up finding it.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for it with Achane. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. A run straight ahead with Achane. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Again, it's Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Geno's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do, to run it. Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Short throw to Smith. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Going to the air, Tagovailoa on target over the middle to Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Barrios. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Tua. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now it's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Short throw to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to pass. Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He'll dump this off to Achane. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down, they're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter, here's Tua. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Geno now to throw. Flush to his right. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing now, Smith escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Throwing again is Smith. And it's caught. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review, and this being... So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Eluding the pressure right.
Smith and Jigba with a grab.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Smith going to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Geno. This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end